a game between none other than Latino Heat versus Team Pony. That is right. This is CEVO Season 3 Finals here. And my co-caster for this evening, none other than Brian himself. Brian, how you doing tonight?
Doing perfect.
Awesome,
Thanks for asking.
Oh yeah, definitely. So we're off a great start here. This is going to be Blood Harvest right now. This is Team Pony taking the first Survivor side here. So we're going to be seeing an attack going in right now. Hunters are already going up for those DPs. One of them almost landing. Smoker coming in, getting the pull out. So that
nice
could be a death pull. Oh my goodness, very close to being a death pull. The other Hunter did connect for momentary damage, and that Boomer's going to wait.
Up, going for the late boom.
Yep, right
he
you are.
One.
Just as you say it, right there you see it. Well, it's completely boomed. So they need to go ahead and clear this horde out to make sure they can push forward to the bridge here. And of course, our cameraman for tonight is none other than Brian himself. Brian is a great camera guy, been doing it for a while here, so we thank you for your services. And gonna go down the roster right quick here in case nobody knows who these teams are, which I really doubt. Actually, I'm gonna have to hold on that because these Hunters are trying to go in right now. Two of them. Oh, just gonna go ahead and wait in the back. This should be a quad cap coming up here soon, so let's go ahead and take it to a Latino Heat War Room.
Land it. Oh, Smellies. Oh, that was close. That's right. Good job, though. Good damage.
All right, we are back. Very, very close to landing. Brian, what did you see there? Why didn't it land?
The survivors got a very quick clear before all four got capitalized on.
Most definitely. I actually saw one of those Hunters get dead stopped. It was very, very close to landing. I could not stress that enough. But we actually see the benefit of almost landing the quad cap, and that's tons of damage going down on Griffin so being Charleston. Correct, you are, and left side as well. We have a tank right here just ready to commit, but very quickly I'm going to read up who's on these teams right now. For Latino Heat, we have Latino Heat Miguel, which is Griffin, Antonio, which is Goose, Santiago, which is Visceral, and that looks like it's Benita, yeah, and that's going to be Klaudia. And for, actually, we're going to have to hold on that because we have an attack coming in right now. Hunter's just going for a scratch, getting dead stopped out the window. The other one's just going to go. He actually got right.
I love seeing that.
Awesome. It's actually a very, very lucky thing. It's hard to do it if you even actually aim for it. So when it happens just on its own, it's actually pretty awesome.
It's very comical.
And we have for our challengers here being Team Pony. We're going to be seeing Ripshin taking the spot of AIDS here. He could not join us, unfortunately. Crop's going to be playing in place. Actually, Crop's not even playing today. Crop's was a replacement for Adrian, who is now replaced by Samson. So Samson's going to be playing instead of Crop. And we do have the roster being finished off here by Lights Out and Comments. So that's going to do it for your Team Pony side. We're going to be waiting for this attack to go in. And speaking of attacks going in, Brian, why don't you walk us through this one?
Boomer just dropped down all three of them. One's not boomed down, of course. Tank's going straight in.
That is a beautiful
waiting for it.
That's exactly what you want to go. And oh my God, look at the separation of that Hunter can connect inside the trailer. Oh my God, that Hunter does connect inside that trailer. That Tank's going to do a great job protecting it right now. These two survivors are just completely hoarded. Going to try and work them off as they are on boom now. And wow, this is pretty incredible here, Brian. This is pretty much a wipe if I do say so myself. Here comes that Hunter. Oh, he does get dead stop. But the tank's breathing down his neck, and I don't think he's going to be able to shake that tank off anytime soon. And yep, that's going to be the wipe, guys. We see that Latino Heat's coming off aggressive his very first round, finishing him off with that first tank. Still sitting at a massive 71% health, 4,241 for that Santiago tank, a.k.a. Visceral himself. So proving that he's not only the hunter man, but the tank man, that tank that can. So we're going to be seeing a Latino Heat side here as survivors, and going to be interesting to see what they actually decide to do in terms of an attack for Team Pony. They're going to need to set something off pretty aggressive in terms of maybe early, maybe something so they can slow them down before that bridge. Brian, what do you think?
Yeah, it'd be nice to do it early. I'd also like them to be organized. You know, they have two replacements. It's going to be hard to have an organization if you don't have a lot of playing together with two replacements, and Ripshin doesn't really play with them.
Yeah, you're absolutely 1,000,000% correct on that. I've said it time and time again that this game, or I'm not the only one who said it, tons of people have said it, this game really comes down to chemistry. Chemistry and your teammates. You got to be aware, you got to know how your teammates play, where they are really, awareness comes into play. And when you don't have that sort of experience as playing as a team, like Brian said, you could run into some trouble. And we do have two replacements for this Team Pony team. So they are in the finals, but you know we can see a lot of things here. And speaking of seeing a lot of things, we're going to be seeing an attack here momentarily as we do see the Hunters spawned up in the front, looking for the opportunity to strike. It looks like they're setting up for a pretty late attack, Ryan. What do you think about that?
Well, it's kind of something new. It's kind of something old. You know, they just don't want to go in early because usually the good teams are looking out for that early attack. There's only so much things the Boomer can spawn in, etc.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. There's that left side, that right side, and I mean, if they don't focus down those Hunters, then that Boomer's going to have a real difficult time trying to get a spawn. So I kind of like this. They're going to wait for that like
the
you said.
Infected wants to be a little creative.
Yeah, and they're going to need to be creative, and they're going to expect to take down a team like Latino Heat. This is going to be the attack going in right now. France is getting cleared momentarily as he was pulled. Hunter landing for 10 damage DP. That's Miguel landing right there. And we do have an F-pause going down. Wowee. Just as it was getting good, we do have an S-pause going down. Yep, we're right back to it. Actually, I want to go ahead and make sure that everyone knows this is a very, very easy place to crash. Okay, so there you go. There it is.
That's true. It always crashes here.
Yeah, crash on Visceral. So I don't know why that happens. Nobody's ever really figured it out. I think it's a thing with Roto.
I have an idea about it.
Or not Roto. I mean that other thing. But what's your?
If you go outside of the map to the left of them, like your whole computer crashes, like it's barely there. I think it has something to do with crashing on the road area.
I think they fixed that. Oh, and speaking of fixing things, they just popped a Boomer on themselves, so they're gonna need to fix all this horde out of their
phenomenal chip right now. I don't know why.
Right, this is an extreme amount of damage going down on Latino Heat right now as we do see Santiago now sitting at about 50% health right off the. That's one attack, guys. It couldn't go more perfect than that. So Latino Heat trying to push forward, gonna try and rush for that right now. They don't want to get caught off guard by another attack, and there's two spawns up right now. 200s going in, trying to get some.
They got the bridge.
Yep, they were trying to go ahead and delay the survivors even further. Maybe pick off a back straggler there. Maybe if somebody was hanging back, but not going to happen. But I think what is going to happen is, nope, not a quad cap. But you do see that Boomer up ahead. So we're going to be seeing it. Yeah, I can't even stress enough how good they are in terms of attacks. Speaking of attacks, here comes this one now. This is going to be the dirty two capped right now. Followed by this two boom. Yeah, the other one did get skied. But wow. Look at that damage, Brian. Look at Santiago right now.
They're not organized, yo.
Wow, this is not what I expected out of Latino Heat, as we do see them right now struggling to keep their health bonus that is already at a 154. Tank hasn't even showed his face right now, so Team Pony's got to be feeling real good with these attacks. They're connecting, they're doing tons of damage. Wow, this is not going good for Latino Heat. They're going to have another attack up soon here, and just as I said, there's the attack. The tank is up, and it's going to be...
Boomer is far away.
Ooh, that Boomer was unfortunately not able to connect, but that Smoker gets a pull on Bill momentarily. But that tank is going to be on lights out, and it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do here because they only have a Smoker and 2 Hunters. Are they going to go commit for the quad cap? What are they doing here? What do you think, Brian? What should they do?
I think he just wants rage. He's just pushing up a little bit to make them nervous. He's going to take some time. Maybe he'll pass it once. Maybe he'll just go a little bit closer to make the survivors go out so he can get sight on them. And you basically just got to bait him out with the tank on this scenario. It's a very hard tank to play for the survivors, especially since they take away the mollies and the pipe bombs for that Boomer that can go directly above you. You can't possibly pop it sometimes.
You read my mind like a book, Brian. Like I was really... Yeah, definitely. This is just as what I was about to say. Since they took away the Molotov, of course, we've seen various changes in the config, the competitive config for Left 4 Dead over the years. And one of the newest configs that we're on now is hardcore, meaning that they can only melee twice before they're fatigued. Because I know there's some people who, you know, maybe play campaign or checking out the stream for the first time. Just so you guys know, they could only melee twice, and then they start getting fatigued. I mean, it sounds like a big handicap, but honestly, it's not that major. Most of these players are used to that. But what Brian just said,
you can do a lot with survivors.
Oh yeah, definitely. But what Brian just said was the whole Molotov issue. This tank used to be a joke with the Molotov. One Molotov is all it took, and this tank is gonna go ahead and commit right now. He's moving in, trying to go in for the kill. He gets the punch on Francis right there. Gonna try to commit for a second one, not gonna get it, but he does commit with that third punch. Not going to be able to get the fourth. This attack is pretty much nullified. This tank needs to get out or do something here because he's going to get worked down extremely quickly. And just like that, the tank looks like he's on his last leg, and there he goes.
He still did good damage. He could have done much better. He missed a lot of close punches that he shouldn't have. I think if he didn't miss those punches, he could have put on a lot more pressure, a lot more possibilities to wipe. But
yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, yeah, they did a lot more damage with their attacks, I think, than what they did with that tank. I would have liked to have seen them wait for maybe a boomer. It was the first pass. I don't really think they needed to come in that sort of situation. But you know what? That's what they did, and we see the results of that. Latino Heat pushing forward, going to take another attack right now. We have the Hunters moving, one of them going to get dead stop. Boomer is popped, but he did get that boom off on Bill. Smoker in the back, grabbing Zoe, and we're waiting for this cord to be cleared before Latino Heat can push up. Having a little bit of trouble here, clearing Bill as
oh yes, these boomers are brutal to them today.
Yeah, this is not the Latino Heat that we've come to expect, but you know what? They are going to be in the lead right now. I don't see them getting wiped by this last attack if it's even up, and that's all that matters really. So I mean, they got in with a 78 health points. Maybe I expected a little more, but like I said,
terrible.
Yeah, it's very, very respectable, especially seeing as they wipe Team Pony previous. So again, props out to Latino Heat, going to be going into the
advantage already.
Yeah, map 2. They're going to be going into map 2 with the lead. So Team Pony not out of the picture yet, but they really need to turn it up. Make sure that they don't make this a game that Latino Heat can take away from them. And just to clarify, we did have Team Pony in the lower bracket. So coming back into the finals, you're going to have to beat Latino Heat twice to actually pull out the win, but we all know that it's not impossible, as we do have Brian here from VVV, who was actually able to pull it off himself when he was playing with VVV in Season 2 of CEVO, so they were able to actually pull the upset off on Latino Heat and 2-0 them in the finale. It was easy peasy, right?
I wouldn't say peasy, I only say easy.
Nah, it was easy peasy, bro.
No, I don't like that.
No, easy peasy. Anyways, I was kidding. We're going to be seeing these survivors right now being played by Latino Heat. Going to be looking for that second pistol right now. They're looking in the back, making sure they don't pass it up, as it is very, very crucial. Those pistols do work to a tank. And looks like Team Pony is going to be electing to take this attack outside. They're going to try to hit him on the rafters here. And they're going in right now. They have that Hunter. Oh my God.
So much and a fall down, but a little bit of damage.
That was gorgeous.
Oh, here's a pull down. Damage done, yep.
Yeah, very nice damage from that attack. I really love that positioning on that boomer right there. He was able to completely barf back on these survivors and pretty much allowed for that attack to do a lot more damage than it should have, with the survivors getting pulled down and whatnot. But again, props out to them for that attack. I didn't even expect that, seeing as they kind of just went off before I even got excited for it. And speaking of getting excited, there's a smoker right now. Oh, beautifully stuffed right there by Miguel, as we do have 300 right now just trying to jump around. One of them already skeeted, and these Hunters are pretty much going to be looking for a respawn, as I can't imagine them trying to go in and landing any damage here. So
they've done fine so far with damage.
Yeah, we have pretty typical play here from survivors. They didn't want to push forward. A lot of people are probably wondering, well, why did they run back just now? Give them another attack. The reason is, if they push forward and there's a tank there, they're in a pretty deep poo-poo there, as they couldn't. They're gonna have to deal with all this incoming horde, but now they're gonna have to deal with an incoming attack, as they do have that smoking in the the survivors. Yeah, they actually stuffed that attack quite beautifully. They try to get the pull out there. I kind of have an idea of what they were trying to do, trying to get the pull out for the Hunters to scratch and the boomer to boom, but unfortunately Latino Heat was able to stuff that perfectly and was able to actually kill the smoker, kill the boomer. Nobody boomed, and the Hunters were pretty much shut down. So we're going to be seeing these survivors taking it outside right now, and seeing as there may be a tank in this tunnel, Brian, how would you like to see the survivors play it?
Well, for the tank, they would probably rather go backwards instead of pushing forward. It's too aggressive, too dangerous.
Oh, look at the fuck up!
Yeah, we have an attack.
Oh my goodness, that was relatively close to landing. Actually, that Hunter was kind of focused down in the front, but those Hunters in the back had the most perfect sync there, so it looked really pretty. It was a nice attempt on Team Pony's side. But yeah, we're going to be seeing these survivors and now pushing into this tank spawn with a 169 health bonus, so still very respectable. They're all pretty chit though, but no one near being slow. So they're going to have to deal with one more attack before they get to the safety of the Raptors behind, like Brian said. And Brian, what do you see here, as we do have the Boomer and the Hunter and the Smoker?
They're going to go into 3. Boomer is getting a spawn. He's gonna get that. He's gonna get meleeed.
Oh my goodness! He has popped. That smoker is dead. The hunter is as well, and that attack did nothing. Yep. So we're gonna be seeing a tank right now passing from the hands of Comet to Charleston. So Charleston, aka Ripshin, are gonna be seeing a rip tank as he tries to push in for this this crescendo. I mean this Raptors area, and this is not my favorite tank to play, honestly. I have not had very much success with it. I've actually seen you pull some pretty nice tanks off in this little area here.
You throw rocks in the yellow part. That's all I do.
Yep. So we're gonna be seeing this tank push in. Let's go ahead and head to a Team Pony war room.
Nice separation.
Nice. We got 2 capped.
2 were capped. Yeah.
Yo, D-Dos, something.
D-Dos.
Yo, come on, man. Pause it.
They're trying to.
What the fuck?
All right, and we are back, and want to go ahead and apologize for that. I mean, I don't have any responsibility in that DDoS, but this is kind of what Left 4 Dead has come down to. Believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, there's people who have nothing else to do better with their time than to DDoS a Left 4 Dead game. Pretty sad, I know, whatever, it happens. I'm going to kick you about it, but again, this is not the sort of thing you would want to see in a actual CEVO finale match. And yeah, we're actually, just so people know here, going to throw out a little shout out to NFO, because Nuclear Fallout up until now is, I think, the only server provider that actually has active DDoS protection. So if anybody tries to DDoS it, they get kicked. They get kicked and banned. They can't connect, and the DDoS works for maybe a couple seconds and it's done. So yeah, they're actually discussing that right now in the chat to move the game over to a DDoS-proof server, and it's kind of unfortunate because even before the DDoS hit, it looked like they were setting up for a pretty beast attack here.
Oh yeah, they got a good attack, and there's one guy split up on the bottom area. Tank was pushing in, very hard to clear on the bottom. Another hunter goes in, although the Boomer missed his boom. Is the only bad part about it. Yeah, the Boomer did miss, but there's one in cap already. He got hit off. It was very, very nice. And Lights Out looks like he's saying he's not going to switch. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's one of those things where I don't blame them. It's not like they did it. And, you know, it kind of sucks because this is a hard tank to play. So they try to play a really good tank. They actually get cut a lucky break. I don't want to say it's lucky because maybe they absolutely planned that. They land that good attack, and then just like that, boom, they have to pick another server. Sorry, that attack was great, but it's not going to count anymore, you know? Kind of unfortunate for them. So again, we're just going to be waiting for these teams to settle on something right now. Like I said, I can see the legitimacy to them wanting to not switch and them wanting to stay. So we're just waiting right now. We're waiting for something to happen, and actually I think we're going to be staying here, guys. So stay tuned. We're going to be waiting for this pause and I think we're going to stay live for the duration of the switches and all that. So yeah, just stay tuned. We do have, again, Miguel, aka Griffin, down right now, but Santiago is sitting at pretty much nothing. He's got like 25, maybe 30 health, and Antonio sitting at 50%. Benita already down at 25 health, but she's up on temp. But again, it's temp health bleeding out. She's up to 50 with that. I don't know. It's not looking good for Latino Heat here. Most of them are slow. This tank has 79% health. But again, I mean, they can do it. And we're actually going to be going to another server here. That is the ruling. So we have, again, just going to run this by. We have AF1 in here. For people who don't know, he is the CEVO admin. He is a CEVO official. If there's anything to do with CEVO and having some sort of, you know, issues and whatnot with the server, he will be here to take care of that. And, yeah, they're actually discussing whether or not it's a legitimate request by Latino Heat to go to another server. Obviously, Team Pony does not want to go to another server, thus
well, because it will nullify their whole attack, making it so that they have to play all over again. But I think if it was up to me and I was Team Pony, I would like to. I would probably like to stay, but I mean, I don't know. It's hard for me, Brian. What do you think?
I would just restart the round and use a different server. And like, there's a lot of disrespectful talking going on in the Y button.
Yeah, definitely. They're kind of going back and forth. Like I said, it was kind of difficult to get this game up on the run. Like we said, there was various roster changes for the Team Pony side, trying to get their four together, and then this happened. So again, quite unfortunate. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those things where we just got to deal with it. There's nothing else we can do about it. And we're going to have to be waiting here until something can be done, as we were in we were in the Team Pony war room. They were very upset that the DDoSing did occur. They were calling for pauses here. And like I said, we're just going to be waiting and waiting, because it doesn't look like they're coming to an agreement here, as we did have AF1 give the ruling that Latino Heat would be able to switch the server, but I don't see it happening. So again, for anyone who doesn't know, there may be a chance here that we're switching servers, and it does look like that's what's occurring here. I don't think any of the teams are giving it. Yeah, I would say. I mean, come on, Team Pony.
I mean, you again right now.
Okay, yeah, yeah. I mean, they got this far on just pure skill. I think they can pull it off again. I mean, I think it would go great. It would go great for them if they line up another attack like this, and they pull it off again, because it would just be great for them. So with that, I think we are going to be going to another server, so stay tuned for that. I'm going to go ahead and get us the info, and I don't know, should we take a little break here? What do you guys think? All right, we're going to go ahead and Brian, we keeping it here then, or do you want it out?
Keep on.
No, I'm talking to